Howdy, travelers from afar. How is all of you? Hopefully you're all doing well. Howdy, Mushi Cat. Yeah, thank you for the alert. And howdy, Kel. Howdy, Agataza. Howdy, Amuter. So today, just had the normal day of work as usual, but I was able to train some sailing on the side in OSRS. It's still very slow, but salvaging is it's a lot better. I prefer salvaging. But yeah, we're not playing OSRS today, so today we're gonna continue playing through Planescape Torment. And I predict there's gonna be a lot of talking, because I remember there's something I can do. Wait, I didn't even open the game. I should do that. There we go. I hope you're all doing well. And I shall move us to the game screen.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief.
And so we're at a different place than we left off, because there's quests. Well, there is a quest we can do here. And also,
what is your will?
we can talk to Dakon about something. I think it's over here. Yes, can I talk to you about your teachings? Can you teach me anything of the art, Dakon? Know that the way of the people is not the same as the art that you have come to know. It is not the energy that gives strength, it is knowing the self that gives strength. The teachings of Zerthamon speak of such things. Would you teach me the way of Zerthamon, Dakon? Do you know what you have asked? The texture of Dakon's blade flows until it becomes a stone. To walk the path of Zerthamon, you must know of the people. The knowing of such things by one, not of the people, is a difficult matter. There are those not of the people who have heard the way of Zerthamon, but they do not know the way. There's more journal to be updated. Could have been another legit title. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that is actually a lot better. Quick switch. Dakon, I want to know of the people and know Zerthamon's teachings. I believe there is wisdom to be learned in such things.
Updated my journal.
Know that I have heard your words, and I shall test them. To learn, you must know the people. To know the people, you must know the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. Dakon holds up the stone disc in his possession, and his spider-like fingers hook on into its sides. There is a click, and the plates of the circle slide into a new configuration. It reverses the motion, sealing the stone. Know, the first circle of Zerthamon is open to you. Study it, and I will hear your words. I will read the first circle. And then, in the meantime, I had other things I would know. Alright, so this is when we can start clicking use on the broken circle of, well, the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. And can unlock the first plate. You mirror the motion that Dakon made upon the circle, and the plates give way to at your touch, the rings sliding to a new configuration. Upon the rings are a series of symbols. The script is like no writing you have ever seen. It is a series of interlocking geometries, with circles predominating. Just looking at it, you know the symbols and know you can read them. Read it. Know that we are the first people. Once all was chaos, the first people were thought drawn from chaos. When the first people came to know themselves, they were chaos no longer and became flesh. With their thoughts and knowing of matter, the people shaped the first world and dwelled there with their knowing to sustain them. Yet the flesh was new to the people, and with it the people came not to know themselves. The flesh gave rise to new thoughts, greeds and hates, pains and joys, jealousies and doubt. All of these fed upon each other, and the minds of the people were divided. In their division, the people were punished. The emotions of the flesh were strong. The greed and hates, the pains and joys, the jealousies and doubts, all of these served as a guiding stone to enemies. In becoming flesh, the first people enslaved to those who knew flesh only as tools for their wills. No, these beasts were illithids. So that the illithids, those are the mind flayers that you might have seen in Baldur's Gate 3. The illithids were a race that had come to not to know themselves. They had learned how to make other races not know themselves. They were the tentacled ones. They lived in flesh and saw flesh as tools for their will. Their blood was as water as they shaped minds with their thought. When the illithids came upon the people, and the people were a people no more, the people became slaves. The illithids took the people from the first world and brought them to the false world. As the people labored upon the false world, the illithids taught them the way of the flesh. Through them, the people came to know loss. They came to know suffering. They came to know death, both of the body and mind. They came to know what it is to be the herd of another and have their flesh consumed. They came to know the horror of being made to feel joy in such things. Howdy, Thatchy. How goes it? It is going well on my end. Have you started sailing yet? I haven't stopped sailing. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on my Maxscape again. But I'll be doing it all in salvaging, probably. I left off at level 49. The Unbroken Circle is the knowing of how the people lost themselves. They came to know themselves again. Find the place and close the circle.
What is your will?
Yeah, salvage is slow, but it is good AFK. And in one level, I'll be able to buy the biggest ship. I have read The Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthamon. Strength lies in knowing oneself. I learned that once someone does not know themselves, they are lost. They become a tool for others.
Updated my journal.
You have come to know the first circle of Zerthamon. you not only see the words of Zerthamon, you have come to know them. Dakon holds up the circle and hooks his fingers around the edges. There is a click, and the plates of the circle slide into a new configuration. He reverses the motion, sealing the stone. Know the second circle of Zerthamon is open to you. Study it, and I will hear your words. I will read this. Very well, I will read it, and then I will speak to you again. And so, we can go back in the inventory and use this again. Unlock the second circle of Zerthamon. You slide the plates into the configuration Dakon showed you, and a new ring is revealed. The ring carries the same script as you read before, with the same geometries. You know the symbols, and you know you can read them. Read the second circle. Know that flesh cannot mark steel. Know that steel may mark flesh. In knowing this, Zerthamon became free. Know that the tentacled ones were of flesh. They relied on the flesh and used it as tools for their will. One of the places where flesh served their will was the field of husks on the false worlds of the Illithids. The fields were where the bodies of the people were cast after the Illithids had consumed their brains. When the brain had been devoured, the husks came to be fertilizer to grow the poison-stemmed grasses of the Illithids. Zerthamon worked the fields with no knowing of himself or what he had become. He was a tool of the flesh, and the flesh was content. It was upon these fields that Zerthamon came to know the scripture of steel. During one of the turnings, as Zerthamon tilled the fields with his hands, he came across a husk whose brain remained within it. It had not been used as food, and yet it was dead. The thought that one of the husks had died a death without serving as food for the Illithids was a thought Zerthamon had a difficulty understanding. From that thought came a desire to know what happened to the husk. Embedded in the skull of the husk was a steel blade. It had pierced the bone. Zerthamon realized what had killed the husk. The steel had marked the flesh, but the flesh had not marked the steel. Zerthamon took the blade and studied its surface. In it, he saw his reflection. It was in the reflection of the steel that Zerthamon first knew himself. Its edge was sharp, its will the wearer's. It was the blade that would come to be raised against the Gith. When Zerthamon made the pronouncement of the two skies, Zerthamon kept the blade for many turnings, and many were the thought he had about it. He used it in the fields to aid his work. In using it, he thought about how it was not used. The Illithids were powerful. Zerthamon had believed that there was nothing that they did not know. Yet the Illithids never carried tools of steel. They only used flesh as tools. Everything was done through flesh, where the tentacled ones were made of flesh and they knew flesh. Yes, yet steel was superior to flesh. When the blade had killed the husk, it was the flesh that had been weaker than the steel. It was then that Zerthamon came to know that flesh yielded to steel. In knowing that, he came to know that the steel was stronger than the Illithids. I believe
What
there's like
is
8
your
circles
will?
like that, and we're just on the second. I learned that not knowing something can be a tool. Just like flesh and steel, if upon encountering it, you attempt to know its nature and how it came to be. You have seen the words, and you have seen beyond them. You have come to know the second circle of Zerthamon. He takes the circle, and with a deft motion, well, that seems a lot more repetitive. Like, he basically shows you, like he's just playing with the circle now. He's revealing the third circle, I guess. Meditate upon this teaching, and the knowing of it all. Of it shall give you strength. When you have absorbed it, you shall know more. Very well, I will study this circle. Yet I will still know more as Zerthimon's teachings. Yeah, this is a repeat. I guess the last one wasn't a repeat, so that's my mistake. I will read it. Like the third circle. You slide the plates into the configuration Dakon showed you, and a new ring is revealed. The ring carries the same script as you read before, with the same geometries. You know the symbols, and you know you can read them. Zerthimon labored many turnings for the Illithids. Arlathi, twice deceased in his partnership in the cavernous heavens of the false worlds. His duties would have broken the backs of many others, but Zerthimon labored on, suffering torment and exhaustion. It came to pass that the Illithid, Arlathi twice deceased, ordered Zerthimon before him. In his many-veined Galeria, he claimed that Zerthimon had committed slights of obstinance and cowardice against his partnership. The claim had no weight of truth, for Arlathi only wished to know if flames raged within Zerthimon's heart. He wished to know if Zerthimon's heart was one of a slave or a rebel. Zerthimon surrendered to the Illithid's punishment rather than reveal his newfound strength. He knew that were he to show the hatred in his heart, it would serve nothing, and it would harm others that felt as he. He chose to endure the punishment and was placed within the pillars of silence so that he might suffer for a turning. I think that in the context that is given here, a turning is like a long unit of time, like a year or something. Yeah, that would make sense, like a turning of around the sun, I guess. Lashed upon to the pillars, Zerthimon moved his spine to a place where pain could not reach, leaving his body behind. He lasted a turning, and when he was brought before Arlathi twice deceased, he gave gratitude for his punishment to the Illithid, as was custom. In doing so, he proved himself a slave in the Illithid's eyes, while his heart remained free. By enduring and quenching the fires of hatred, he allowed Arlathi twice deceased to think him weak. When the time of the rising came, Arlathi was the first of the Illithid to know death by Zerthimon's hand and die a third death.
What is your will?
Come see the burning man! He's on the spit! You'll love it! You, sir, come on in!
Endure. In enduring, grow strong. The words you speak seem to strike Dakon strangely. As you speak them, his forehead creases and resettles into its normal passive expression. Your will has brought you the knowing of the third circle of Zerthimon. With this knowing, I impart this to you. He takes the circle, and with deft motion he twists one of the links so that one of the plates slides forth. He hands the plate to you. Meditate upon its teachings, and the knowing of it shall give you strength. Very well. I will study his circle. Is there more you can teach me? As you ask the words, you suddenly notice Dakon isn't looking at you. He's looking at the unbroken circle in his hands, studying it. His blade has taken the same texture as the unbroken circle, and Dakon suddenly seems older now. Dakon? Dakon's black eyes rise from the circle and look at you. Know that I did not believe you would come to know of the teachings of the Circle. It is a difficult path you will walk in learning the way of Zerthlamon. Is your mind focused on this matter? Yes, I wish to learn more. And I will speak to you again once I have read more. And I think this gives us spells or something.
Just see one of these, then.
Done.
Oh, the spells are underground because my inventory is full. I'll fix that real quick, I suppose.
Come on inside. Come see the burning man. He's on the spit. You'll love it. You, sir, come on in.
So yeah, that did give me extra spells. Toss this to you, because you carry my valuables. But now I can check my spellbook, and I have Scripture of Steel. This gives a +1 to hit, +1 saving throws to friendly units for 30 seconds. I wouldn't say that's very good. Submerge the Will. Magical orb of protective energy arises, bestow the recipient of all attack, and protects the recipient from all attacks in all directions. Bestows a 2 AC against all attacks, so this is shield. Also, we did get Ball Lightning. Alright. Let's see the circle again.
I'm gone.
Step right up. Come see the burning man. Try to put him on fire and drink. He's thirsty.
Lock the fourth circle.
He's on fire. He's a red hot. Come
Read the
on
fourth
in.
circle.
Come on in. See what I mean?
Know that the rising of a people against the Illithid was a thing built upon 10 turnings of labor. Many of the people were gathered and taught in secret the ways of defeating their Illithid masters. They were taught to shield their minds and use them as weapons. They were taught of the Scripture of Steel, and most importantly, they were given the knowing of freedom. Some of the people learned the nature of freedom and took it into their hearts. The knowing gave them strength. Others feared freedom and kept silent. But there were those that knew freedom and knew slavery. And it was their choice that the people remained chained. One of these was Vilquar. Vilquar. I think it's Vilquar. Vilquar saw no freedom in the rising, but opportunity. He saw that the Illithid had spawned across many of the false worlds. Their worlds numbered so many that their vision was turned only outwards, to all that did not already touch. Vilquar's eyes saw that much took place that the Illithid did not see. To the rising, the Illithid were blinded. Vilquar came before his master, the Illithid, Zigitaris, with the knowing of the rising. Vilquar added to his chains and offered to be their eyes against the rising. In exchange, Vilquar asked to be rewarded for his services. The Illithid agreed to his contract. At the bonding of the contract, a dark time occurred. Many were the betrayals Vilquar committed, and many were the people that the Illithids fed upon to stem the rising. It seemed that the rising would die before it could occur, and the Illithid were pleased with Vilquar's eyes. It was near the end of this dark time when Zerthlamon came to know Vilquar's treacheries. Ignoring Vilquar's eye, Zerthamon forced the rising to silence itself, so that Vilkar might think at last his treacheries had succeeded, and the rising had fallen. He knew that Vilkar's eye was filled only with the reward, and that he had promised he would see what he wished to see. With greed beating in his heart, Vilkar came upon the Illithid's Zigitaris and spoke to his masters of his success. He said that the rising had fallen, and the Illithids were safe to turn their eyes outward once more. He praised their wisdom in using Vilkar's eye, and he asked him for his reward. In his greed blindness, Vilkar had forgotten the knowing of why the people had sought freedom. He had lost the knowing of what slavery meant. He had forgotten what his Illithid masters saw when they looked upon him. And so Vilkar's betrayal of the people was ended with another betrayal. Vilkar came to know that when Vilkar's eye had nothing left to see, Vilkar's eye was useless. The Illithid gave to Vilkar his reward, opening the cavity of his skull and devouring his brain. Vilkar's corpse was cast upon the field of husks so that its blood might water the poison stem grasses. No, right. I talk to you again.
What is your will?
What did you come to know? When one chooses to see only what is before them, they see only a part of the whole. They are blind, and just as Vilkar was blinded by his promised reward, so were the Illithids blinded to the true rising. When they heard of Vilkar's word, they turned their sight outwards again, didn't they? And the rising was free to strike. Know that you speak truly. Vilkar's eye blinded both Vilkar and the Illithids. The tentacled ones thought of the rising to be no more. When the rising occurred, the ground drank deep of Illithid blood, so there was victory born from treachery. It is a curious lesson. Why would it be part of the teachings of Zerthamon? Dakon's blade bleeds into a dead night black, and his voice deepens for a moment. You think he's angry, but you're not so sure. There is much to know about the way of Zerthamon, and his path is difficult to know. Do you know why Vilkar's eye is part of the way of Zerthamon? It is a part of It is part of the telling of how our people came to know freedom. It lets us know that there are those, even among the people, who are not of the people, and that even in the greatest treachery, a greater knowing may be achieved. Very well. I'll read the next circle. And this one is... gives me the spell of Vilkar's Eye. Target creature fails its saving throw at -1 penalty. The creature will be struck with blindness and suffer a -4 to its attack, and a +4 penalty to its AC. Interesting. Maybe I should replace some magic missiles. Oh yeah, also I have level 3 spells. But I haven't rested, so I don't have them at the moment. The 5th circle. Zerthamon was the first to know the way of freedom, yet it was not he that first came to know of the way of rebellion. The knowing of the rebellion came to the warrior Queen Gith, one of the people. She had served the Illithids upon many of the false worlds as a soldier, and she had come to know war and carried it in her heart. She had come to know how others might be organized to subjugate others. She knew the paths of power, and she knew the art of taking from the conquerors the weapons by which they could be defeated. Her mind was focused, and both her will and her blade were as one. The turning in which Zerthimon came to know Gith, Zerthimon ceased to know himself. Her words were as fires lit in the hearts of all who heard her. In hearing her words, he wished to know war. He knew not what afflicted him, but he knew he wished to join his blade to Gith. He wished to give his hate expression and share his pain with the Illithids. Gith was one of the people, but her knowing of herself was greater than any Zerthimon had ever encountered. She knew the ways of the flesh. She knew the Illithids, and in knowing herself, she was to know how to defeat them in battle. The strength of her knowing it was so great that all those who walked her path came to know themselves. Gith was one. Her strength was such that it caused others to know their strength. And Zerthimon laid his steel at her feet.
What is your will?
What did you come to know? There is great strength in numbers, but there is great power in one. For the strength of the will of one may gather numbers to it. There is strength not only in knowing the self, but knowing how to bring it forth in the others. I'll read the next circle. And there's another spell. Oh, it's level 2 this time. Ah, so that's the spell that Zerthimon
And
has.
I hear your words.
This one, Power of One. He's giving me his spells, basically.
You, sir, come on in.
Increases the target's strength score by a certain number of points, depending on their class. I think I'll keep some ice knives. But that could be useful later.
Have you got the kit?
I will hear you.
Because that spell lasts long.
Balance in all things.
6th circle. Upon the blasted plains, Zerthimon told Gith, there cannot be two skies. In the wake of his words came war. Upon the blasted plains, the people had achieved victory over their Illithid masters. They knew freedom. Yet before the green fires had died from the battlefield, Gith spoke of continuing the war. Many still feel filled with the bloodlust in their hearts agreed with her. She spoke of not merely defeating the Illithids, but destroying all Illithids across the plains. After the Illithids had been exterminated, they would bring war to all other races they encountered. In Gith's heart, fires raged. She lived in war, and in war she knew herself. All that her eyes saw, she wanted to conquer. Zerthimon spoke of the beginnings of that which was against Gith's will. He spoke that the people already knew freedom. Now they should know themselves again and mend the damage that had been done to the people. Behind his words were many other hearts of the people who were wary of the war against the Illithids. Know that Gith's heart was not Zerthimon's heart on this matter. She said that the war would continue, the Illithid would be destroyed, their flesh would be no more. Then the people would claim the false worlds as their own. Gith told Zerthimon that they would be under the same sky in this matter. The words were like bared steel. From Zerthimon came the pronouncement of two skies. In the wake of his words came war.
What is your will?
We're basically reading a religious text right now. That's what the Circle of Zerthamon is. I know that Zerthamon's devotion to the people was such that he was willing to protect them from themselves. He knew the Illithids had come not to know themselves, in their obsession with the control and domination, so he chose to stop Gif before she carried the people to their death. There must be balance in all things, or else the self will not hold. Okay, 2 items this time. You have seen the words and know them. Dakon's voice slows and his hand grips the edges of the unbroken circle. He twists it in a clockwise, and there is a click as the 2 plates slide forward. Dakon stares at you with the 2 plates in hand. He makes no move to hand them over to you. Dakon, is that second plate for you? Dakon falls silent. His blade has ceased shimmering, the film freezing upon its surface. He is staring at the second circle, paralyzed. Do you know the 6th circle? Dakon looks up, but his cold black eyes do not meet your gaze. No, there is nothing more I may teach you. You know the way that the people know it, and it shall give you the direction by which you may know yourself. That's not what I asked. Do you know the 6th circle or not? Dakon is silent for a moment, then speaks, his voice slow and careful. It has come to pass that I do not know the 6th circle of Zerthamon. Once I knew it, but I know now I only saw the words. Dakon's eyes stare through you. That is all. It is my path that I no longer know the way of Zerthamon. Dakon, there is one other thing I wouldn't know. Why is Vilkar's eye in the circle of Zerthamon? It seems strange. It tells of how the people benefited from a treachery from their own. It seems... Dakon's eyes flash. I have told you it is a part of the telling of how the people came to know freedom. Do you not listen? His voice flattens, as if he is reciting a passage from memory. It tells the people that even in the greatest treachery, a greater knowing may be achieved. It doesn't sound like me that you believe that. It doesn't sound like me to me like you believe that. I think there is another reason Vilkar's eyes is in the circle of Zerthamon. It is set there because of the 6th circle and the pronouncement of 2 skies. It's there to justify Zerthamon's treachery to the people upon the blasted plains. Dakon is silent and his blade bleeds into a dead black, teeth rippling around the edge. He divided the people upon the blasted plains, Dakon. He divided your race when they were on the path of victory. I would like to believe that it was because he wished to save the people from themselves, but I don't think you believe that. Dakon is silent for a moment, and then he speaks slowly. I do not know the 6th circle as it is known to others. I fear that the 3rd circle, the 4th circle, and the 6th circle are more closely linked than many may know. It is in that knowing that I have lost myself. In the 3rd circle, Zerthamon submerged his will to deceive the Illithids. Then in the 4th circle, it speaks of the benefits of treachery. Then in the 6th circle, Zerthamon divides his people before they exterminate the Illithids. Do you think Zerthamon's words may not have been his own? Know my words, and know the wound that lies upon my heart. I fear that when Zerthamon was upon the pillars of silence, he did not submerge his will. I fear his will was taken from him by the Illithids, and when he woke up upon the blasted plains, it was their words he spoke. I feared that what he did was not for the people's sake, but for former masters. It's possible, but no, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Updated my journal.
Then know this and speak of it no more. Dakon's voice is like a knife. Know that I shall never know the truth. There is no resolution for this matter. I shall never know. Zerthamon's heart upon the blasted plains. His cold black eyes glared, the stone circle in his hand. And so I do not know myself, because of the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. Got an achievement. Discovered why Dakon's faith is scattered.
Your path is mine. Done. It is I.
Examine the plate, see if you can puzzle out any new combinations. And there is another circle. As you examine the rings on the second circle, you find a strange link in the plate that mentions the laboring of the Gith people to achieve the Rising. A new circle emerges from the link, and you unlock it, pulling the plate forth so you can study it. Know that the rising of the people against the Illithid was a thing built upon many turnings. Many were the people who lived and died under the Time's blade while the Rising was shaped. The Rising was shaped upon a slow foundation of steel was gathered so that it might mark Illithid flesh. A means of knowing the movement of the Illithids was established, at first weak and confused, then stronger, like a child finding its voice. When the movements were known, then the Illithids were observed. In observing them, their ways of the mind were known. When the ways of the Illithid were known, many of the people were gathered and taught in secret the means to shield their minds, and the way to harness their will as weapons. They were taught the scripture of steel, and most importantly, they were driven the knowing of freedom. These things were not learned quickly. The knowing of much of the ways was slow. In all of these things, the time's weight fell upon all. From the knowing of one's reflection in a steel blade, to the knowing of submerging the will, to the knowing of seeing itself. All of these things, and more, the people built on. In time, they came to know the whole. Oh yeah, also, you also get a new spell. It's a level 3 spell, which he can't use, but I can. Balance in all things. Spell only affects the caster. Whenever the caster is attacked while the spell is in effect, all hostile creatures within a 10-foot radius take equal damage. Oh. Lasts for 1 attack per 4 level of the caster, and the effects are not cumulative. If the spell is not triggered, it lasts 5 seconds per level of the caster. Interesting. That's a reflex spell.
I shall serve. What is your will?
There was a 7th circle within the Stone of Zerthamon. It spoke of the building of rebellion against the Illithid. Dakon falls silent. What does the 7th circle speak of? It speaks of time as an ally, not as an enemy. It says that patience can sharpen even the smallest of efforts into a weapon that can strike the heart of an empire. Your victories may be small, but over time, a greater victory may be achieved. Dakon is silent for a moment. Will you make this circle known to me? Now we're teaching him about his own circle. Take the unbroken circle of Zerthamon and unlock the 7th circle. As you take the circle and twist the links, 2 plates slide from the interior and into your hands. You have no idea where they came from, but the unbroken circle still seems intact. The 7th circle remains. Dakon watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. Perhaps we should both study them, you and I? Dakon is silent for a moment. There is much you have come to know of the circle, and your knowing carries a greater weight than mine. Dakon matches your gaze. Know that your path is mine, and it shall come to pass that as you knew the way of Zerthamon from me, I shall know the way of Zerthamon from you.
I feel stronger.
And we leveled up. Apparently. Although I don't see the level up button. And you get to learn this spell as well. Alright, what is this? Is it, it's not a 4th level spell. Ring of Anger. Was that it? Merge the Will? No, that's the shield spell. Oh no, I'm on the wrong character. There's Power of 1. There's Balance in All Things. Oh, Missile of Patience. I don't think I had that before. Could this spell be any more useless? Cried Eelnek, the Mage of Amnar. The bane of mages everywhere. Could this be the practical joke of an archmage, or living disproof of the old prime material axiom that good things come to those who wait? You know, it doesn't show me what it is about, but I want to try it. I want to see for myself what this spell does.
Come on in, Cutter!
So, I believe this is the last circle that we can find. As you examine the rings in the 7 circles of Zerthamon, you suddenly become aware of a pattern that in the way the links are formed. You hook your fingers into the sides of the circle and unlock a hidden segment, pulling the plate forth so you can study it. Read the symbols. Know that the mind divided divides the man. The will and the hand must be as one. In knowing the self, one becomes strong. Know that if you know a course of action to be true in your heart, do not betray it because the path leads to hardship. Know that without suffering, the rising would have never been, and the people would never have come to know themselves. Know that there is nothing in all the worlds that can stand against unity. When all know in a single purpose, when all hands are guided by one will, and all act with the same intent, the planes themselves may be moved. Sorry, I had to drink there. A divided mind is one that does not know itself. When it is divided, it leaves the body in two. When one has a single purpose, the body is strengthened, and knowing the self grows strong.
What is your will?
I think I did not pass the check. Let's see. Okay, maybe it is.
What is your will?
There was an eighth circle within the Stone of Zerthamon. It spoke of the division of the mind and the importance of focus. Dakon falls silent. When he speaks again, his tone is quiet, almost reverent. What does this eighth circle speak of? It speaks of focus and discipline, and not about how not knowing oneself can physically divide the man. It also speaks of the weaknesses that division causes. It seems to me that it tells one to not only know themselves and take strength from that, but that your focus can reveal weaknesses in the enemy, in your enemy. Dakon is silent for a moment. Will you make this circle known to me? Take the unbroken circle of Zerthamon and unlock the eighth circle. As you take the circle and twist the links, two more plates slide from the interior and into your hands. As with the seventh circle, you have no idea where they came from, but the unbroken circle still seems intact. The eighth circle remains. Dakon watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. We should both study them, you and I. I think that when you know the eighth circle, perhaps you will know Zerthamon's heart. When he made the pronouncement of 2 skies, his words were not those of elephants, but of the people. Dakon stares at the plates, his eyes flickering over the geometries upon them. Then looks up and matches your gaze. His blade bends, shifts upon until the shimmering you noticed before has a silver glow. He seems stronger somehow.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Oh! Strength +1, Dex +2, Con +2 permanent. Know that when death comes for you, know that I shall meet its blade with mine. Know that when all dies around you, know that I shall live for your sake. When we die, Dakon, it shall be the same death. It shall be the pronouncement of 2 deaths as one. Ooh.
In
Updated
knowing
my
the
journal.
teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Oh, I have a character point for this level up. I'll go for 15 charisma. And I think that's as much as I'll increase charisma. Because I can get a +2 from a tattoo and use it. I can find a spell that gives +8 and succeed any charisma check in the game with that. I just have to know where those checks are. And I'm now a level 7 mage.
And you got the kid.
Does that mean you have level 4 spells? I do, but I don't know any level 4 spells.
Come on in, see what I mean?
And I believe the 8th circle is the last one. Yeah, no new circles. And it's not even a level 4 spell. Zerthamon's Focus. This enchantment helps the target remember Zerthamon's teachings on the ways to channel one's mental and physical focus during battle. When cast, the recipient's chances for a critical attack are raised for 5 seconds per levels of the caster. Ooh. I'll put one of those. And here we have Strength. Okay, so Power of 1 increases Strength more, but it's just 30 minutes per level. I'll pick up 1 Power of 1. We're level 7 mage, so we have this effect now. The chromatic orb paralyzes for 30 to 100 seconds. Find Amaris for Nod. Find and return Uhir's lucky knife. Right, I stopped here.
I'm gone.
Because Amaris is over here. You see a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. She smells faintly of cheap perfume, and her face, though pretty, is painted with garish makeup. She smiles coyly as she sees you. Seeking some company, love? Are you by any chance Amaris? She stares at you silently for a time, then speaks. I was called that once, long ago. Who are you? I was sent to find you by Nod, your brother. He's worried about you, and hoped I could tell him how you were. Nod? He's alive? Why didn't he come to seek me out himself? I think he's ashamed. He's a collector now, living in poverty in Ragpicker Square. He doesn't seem quite right in the head, I mean.
Updated my journal.
He was a bit touched, even as a child, when his name was Lotus. Oh, I've missed him so. Ashamed, though. Ha, me owns works no more proud. Well, at least I'm doing well for myself, for a hiver. At any rate, I must visit him soon. She looks at you closely for the first time since you've spoken. Are you a friend of Nod's? Or of a sort? Yes. Why? Could you... She frowns, biting her lip, as if considering something. Could you give this to him? She steps close to you and offers a pouch of what looks to be about 100 copper coins. Yes, I'll get it to him. I'm sorry, Cutter. But could I get you to at least to swear it to me? A lot of copper it is, for me at least. Yes, I'll swear I'll get him to it.
Updated my journal.
I'll get it to him. I thank you. Now go to speak to Nod for me, and tell him how I worry about him so. I will. Farewell.
All right.
Come on inside! Come see the burning man! He's on the spit! You'll love it! You, sir, come on in!
Alright, I have to remember where Nod is.
Done.
And I think I know where I can find a spell ruby.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
I have to return all the way up here.
I'm gone. Done.
And I believe it was here. It's where I had a guy break a box for me. May Oscar grant you safe passage. How may I help you? I'd like to purchase that gem you took from Morador's box. Luckily for you, I hadn't the time to sell it yet. I'll let you have it for the bargain price of 300 coppers. How about 100? I don't know what it is, but I like you. I'll let you have the gem for 200 and not a copper less. What do you say? I'll take it. May Eoskar, the god of portals, doors, and opportunities, smile upon you. We are able to save 100 coins because of our charm.
All right.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Am I able to
I
break this
shall
open?
serve.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
finally. For a charm of infinite
Done.
recall. Worth.
Done.
Greetings, Requin. I have some questions for you. Oh, wait. Is that the person? Curspitter probably lives in one of the upper wards where Requin used to live. Okay.
I'm
So
gone.
Ragpicker Square. Which I believe is through here.
I'm gone.
Yep, right here.
Hey, Cutter! Come here! Come on!
All right.
Keep it up! Have a good one!
Oh, we have rats in here. That's
Done.
where is the thing that lets us see every item on the ground? Quick loot.
I'm gone.
Was it here? No.
All right.
Might have been in here. That one dude wanted a crystal.
Done.
You're back. Did you manage to find one? Is this what you're looking for? That's perfect. Where did you? Never mind. Here. Jaren takes a gem from you, handing you a good sum of coins. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to work on my spell.
Updated my journal.
I assume we might be able to come back here later to learn a spell or something.
I'm gone.
Right, he had to level up, and you should have... You don't have level 3 spell slots.
I'm gone.
One of the upper wards where Requin used to live. I think we're not in the upper wards. Find Uhir's lucky knife. He stabbed a goal in the eyes with it and fled.
I'm gone.
So now we'll go back to where I was before. Oh, wait, no. There's one thing we'll do before that. And it is to rest in her house. Which allows me to recover spells. So now I have all of my spells. And so does Dakon.
All right. All right.
And we've been here before.
Done.
Alright, so we paid one of these guys in order to go back up here. There you are.
Done.
And so we can go back down here.
Done.
And I don't know the effects of, like, resting does to a dungeon. I see there's enemies, but,
What's up?
I also noticed that enemies respawn, so that might be a respawn.
Slattern.
All right.
Yeah? You filthy stinkers.
I'm gone.
The lootables don't seem to have respawned. There was a place here that was quite challenging because the skulls were dealing a lot of damage.
I hear your words.
So I suppose what we could do
In
is drop up.
Saruman's name.
Done.
Just a few strength buffs. That should be fine.
All right.
There's a magic dagger here. Maybe that's the one we're looking for.
All right.
This is the corpse of a man with a surprised look on his big-nosed face. It's hard to tell how he died, whether from the numerous horrific slashings of the wounds across his abdomen and throat, or the blood loss incurred from his right arm was nearly severed from his shoulders. That's a bad way to go. If I could talk to him, he'd surely have a hell of a tale.
I'm gone.
So this might be the dagger we're looking for.
All right. I'm gone.
Let's see if we can break open that one other door. That we saw.
All right.
I will hear you. Your will be done. I cannot force this. I cannot force this. I cannot force
Done.
this.
Nope. I guess that's a door we can't open. It leads to the Drowned Nation's catacombs.
All right.
I guess that there leaves one way. Well, only one way that we can go. Oh, and that way is apparently a crash.
I'm gone. All right. All right.
And that's the place where we had reloaded from before. Very well, I will submit. Come, then. We shall show thee to the chapel. Know this, thou shalt be free to wander these halls, but do not leave the catacombs. Thou shalt be a prisoner here until thy death. Should thou arise as we have, thou shalt be free. Praise the silent king, his will be done.
Updated my journal.
Another member of the living. Most are slain by the ghouls by this far into the catacombs. You are fortunate. You're Soego from the mortuary. What are you doing here? Your memory serves you well. I'm no longer stationed in the mortuary. Instead, I have become a missionary in these parts. Missionary? Yes, I came to these catacombs after hearing rumors of undead that were aware in these parts. I hope to save them. It's okay, you have ball lightning. There's no way you can fail. Surely not. Save them? Yes. Passion ties them to this false life. I hope I can teach them to forsake these passions and leave this false life behind and reach the true death. You want them to die? I wish them to transcend this plane of existence, divorce themselves from passion. It can save them. We know about the false life and the true death that they mentioned. Where am I? You are in the catacombs of the dead nations. The guards brought you here. And who were you? I am Zuego, factotum of the Dustmen. I am a missionary in these parts. He gives a half bow. Why have I been made a prisoner here? I do not know. Ask some of the citizens here. Perhaps. Farewell. A moment of your time before you go. Do not attack any of the undeads here in the catacombs. They will not harm you so long as you remain peaceful. Should you prove hostile, they will defend themselves and the rest, and there are many of them. Lastly, you may return here if you need rest. Wait, we can rest here now?
Updated my journal.
Of course. You shall be safe in this chamber while you rest. Ah, well, they're forcing us to rest. Which I get my spells back. So I guess it's fine.
All right.
Ooh, 10 bandages. This metal slab is apparently used as a bed. There looks to be a portion on its side that can be pried open. Okay, so I guess that's something chaotic you can do here by prying into what's inside.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong. Your will opened. Opened. Opened.
I'm gone. Done.
500
Done.
coins. Hold on a moment, please. The skeleton wears what appears to be an ancient priest's robes, heavy and ornate. It carries a large, impressive stave, which is capped with intricately carved horns, dangling pendants in a gilded skull. Greetings. The skeleton, its eyes aglow like two burning embers, looks over to you, but makes no reply. Are you Hardrim? It nods solemnly, the pendant suspended from its staves twinkling softly. There is something disquieting about his silent, piercing gaze. I had some questions. Why have been made a prisoner? It is the will of the Silent King. The living who are caught here are made to languish in his halls until they join the quiet ones. Could he be convinced to allow otherwise?
Updated my journal.
There are short silence, its jaws creak open. 'Tis doubtful. Perhaps, mysterious are the ways of the Silent King. May I speak with him? It holds up a bony palm. With a creaking groan and a puff of dust, its jaws open to speak. No. Its voice, deep and resonant, echoes for a while in the vaulted chamber. But why not? Its voice booms throughout the chamber. No living creature may pass the door that lead to his throne, nor would I allow thee an audience, even if such a thing were possible. Thou shalt not see him, but I need his permission to leave. It holds up its palm. No, by the power of the Silent King, thou shalt not leave this place. What can I do to convince you? Firstly, I would know why thou art here. I'm looking for something, a small bronze sphere. It shakes its head. I have seen no such thing. Why dost thou seek this object? For a man named Farod. The skeleton draws back. It looks up and away as if fearing at the surface. Blood still beats in his black, worm-ridden eyes. That wheezing sack of flesh still sends us back into our homes to raid and pillage. It faces you once more. Thou art wrong to come here. We tolerate no such desecrators within our borders. But I'm not of his pack. Why, then, art thou here, invading our homes, on a fetch and carry for that miserable soul? I'm finding the sphere for him in return for information I need. There is no other loyalty between us. It looks over to you carefully, tapping its chin with a bony finger. Click, click, click. Thou do not seem the sort to follow such a man. Perhaps you speak the truth. Perhaps your presence here is tolerable. Good, I had other questions. Prove to the dead nations that thou meaned no harm, acts of goodwill. Perhaps even I shall take thy petition to the silent king. I could tell the dustman of Farod is that Farod is selling them the corpses he stole here. I'm certain it's not Farod. I am sure thou can see the problems inherently in thy offer. We cannot allow thee to leave simply in the hopes that thou would do such a thing. Is there some task I could perform for you?
Updated my journal.
Yes, perhaps. Occasionally the ghouls will miss small packs of well-hidden cranium rats that have come to spy here. Should thou come across any, be sure to slay them. Tell me about the cranium rats. They are hive-brained vermin who once came here in great numbers, feeding upon the corpses in our care. The ghouls have, for the most part, driven them back. They no longer leave their warrens to the east of here. Which is, I think we cleared that. Hey Kitsune, how goes it? Do they have any weaknesses?
Updated my journal.
Their strength is in gathered numbers. If one were to find and slay small, separated groups, the stronger packs would lose power. In the rat warrens to the east, for instance, they are powerful, brained vermin killed in the hive. Above might weaken them here, though. I'll save here. Doing alright, nothing too much work went well. That's good.
I'm gone.
Alright, so I guess let's search for some rats in here. Ow. Well, we found rats. They casted ice knife on me.
What's up?
Oh
Yeah. Good as done.
Done.
Hold on. I don't have, Mort with me.
All right.
Surely I have a closer quick save. Yeah, this one.
What's up? Okay.
Mort was not selected for some reason. Howdy, Modern Age Sage. How goes it? Oh, it's going well. You already answered my question.
All right.
Yeah. You blathering idiot.
I'm gone.
Ah, more took 2 damage. Quick loot over here.
Done.
There's a doubtful skeleton here. A riddling skeleton. A knifed goal. Oh, that's probably the one that has the knife. Its goal's face has a great gash across it, and one of its eyes has been destroyed entirely. Despite the relative freshness of the wound, it seems to cause the foul-smelling creature no pain or discomfort. You notice a grimy knife tucked into its waistband. The letters "Ooh here" are carved into its handle. Could I have that knife you've got tucked in your belt? The ghoul looks down at the knife, scratching its head as if wondering how you got here. Finally, it looks up to you and gives you a sly, toothy grin. Meat want knife. Meat make trade, yes. How about these rat tails? Yes, yes! The ghoul snatches them away, greedily, and devours them. After licking his clawed fingers clean, he tosses you Uhir's knife. It's this one. +1 to luck. Ah, there's an identify button. Okay, this is just a +1 bone dagger, which I already have. Ah, okay. Do I not have Identify memorized? I do. Why is it not letting me use Identify?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
This is odd. Severed arm. Yours. Oh, it is identified. The severed arm is as hard as a wooden club. It most likely was severed cleanly at the shoulder, most likely by a scythe blade. And even though it looks many decades old, it is more petrified than rotted. It has an unhealthy gray pallor. It is covered with scars. Intricate tattoos decorate its surface, spiraling up from the wrist all the way to the remains of the shoulder. Upon closer inspection, you know for a fact that this arm is yours. How long it's been lying around and waiting for you is anyone's guess, but you can't explain why, but you feel like you should take this arm to a tattoo artist and have it examined. The tattoos might tell something of what happened to your previous incarnation when this arm was still attached to him. So I found my own arm that I still have. Very well.
Done.
So these guys won't let us pass. I assume that's where the Silent King is. I'll talk to you later. I want to see if... Okay, where is the other guy? He seems to be moving around. There you are. I found and killed a group of cranium rats in the rubble of an old passageway.
Updated my journal.
It nods, obviously pleased. Thou have our thanks. May the Silent King watch over thee. So, can you speak to the Silent King for me now? Holds up its paw. No, by the power of the Silent King, thou shalt not leave his place. But what else can I do to
Updated
convince
my
you?
journal.
The skeleton priest deeply, the lights of his eyes dimming as it thinks. Suego, rid us of that damnable dustman, and I shall speak to the Silent King. Speak to the Silent King of thy freedom. However, I do not seek to have him assassinated, merely given a reason to remove him from the dead nations. What troubles you so much about Suego? He tries to convince us to give up his pretense of life, as he calls it, and pass into the true death. He claims that it is our passions that anchor us to this life, and we must let go of them in our duty. He wants us to die.
Updated my journal.
Some listen to his words, but none have chosen to surrender themselves to his beliefs. Those that did would forever be silenced. Our numbers would dwindle, and all we have done here would be destroyed by what surrounds us. Suego may believe he is doing right, but is in truth causing great harm. Why do you allow him to stay? We cannot force him to leave. He knows we cannot harm him. The dead truce. No undead may injure a dustman, unless first attacked. Also, the Silent King wishes no slaughter in his halls.
All right.
So Suego, that's allowing us to rest where he is, wants to... Hargrim wants us to get rid of Suego, which is the guy that allows us to rest here. Just had some questions. Tell me about Hargrim. What do you know of this civilization? They have been here many centuries, I think, taking care of those that have passed in their halls. Such devotion to duty is no longer necessary. It is almost a crime. You just want to kill them. Sentience threatens the Dustman. Am I not able to just convince him? Huh. I don't think I checked this bookcase. Scroll of Blood Bridge. I saw that there was a merchant. Somewhere. Skeleton merchant. Hi. Show me what you've got. You have a bunch of weapon. Adder's Tear. Scroll of Elysium's Tears. Caster chooses any single target within range, and a stream of small meteors rain down and strike targets surrounding the area. 1 meteor for each level of experience, up to a maximum of 10. Each missile that hits inflict 1 to 2 points of blunt damage and 1 to 4 of fire. Anyone within 3 feet of the target takes 1 point of fire damage as well. So, like, low-level meteor swarm? I won't need the Scroll of Blood Bridge. Wait, no, I'll keep the Bone Charm. This is a +1 dagger. We gotta keep Uthir's knife. Oh, okay, so I can just show myself the item and I might be able to identify it. Like, it was not telling me that this is a club of nettles. Usable only by thieves. So now that the items are identified, if I don't want them, I can just sell them. I don't think I'll need this Batizu mace. Nor this enchanted hammer. Since I'm a mage, I don't need those. And, Dakon uses his own weapon. This is a wad of magic missiles, essentially.
All right.
Alright, we'll start talking to named people. Greetings.
What have we here? Some pretty meat, eh? A little tough bristle. Sharpen me teeth on your bone and grow fat on your marrow, hmm?
Had some questions.
Who are you to come to me like a feast? Answer a cast.
I have no name.
Then neither does a cast. I call ye Blooded One. Pray ye still have a name and will before I tear ye apart.
Blooded one.
Meat, people to eat.
Her yellow eyes peer intently at you through her ragged white hair.
Yeah. Go, pester a cast while you still leave meat. Ask.
Have you seen a small bronze sphere anywhere? The cast shakes, her head lies dropping from her long white hair as it sways about.
A cast opens many coffins, many tombs. Never seen such a thing.
Had other questions. Who inhabits this place?
Many wander these halls, yes. Marrow-filled bones, herd of dead flesh. We, the blighted ones, all ruled by the Silent King.
He spits in disgust.
Who tells us what to do, what not to do. Also the little tasties bloodied rats.
Akasta rubs her clawed hands together greedily. Blooded rats.
Go squeak squeak, run into dark small tunnels when chased. Hard to catch, snacks hard to get. Warm flesh, easy crunch in the teeth, many of them elsewhere. We go kill them and eat them all. Hunger may go away, so many in belly. Always watching us with juicy red eyes and dark want to eat them.
So I can probably convince a lot of people with rat tails in this place. Well, a lot of undead. Tell me about your own kind.
We are the blighted ones, yes. A Cass and her lovely ghouls, her children always hungry.
Who else inhabits this place? Tell me about the bones.
The bones, the skeletons, weak, tired. Too many centuries, too brittle.
She snatches a bone off the floor and snapping it for emphasis.
Weak. Dead don't fear, but the bones do. Afraid to die, and now fed upon by a caste and the blighted ones. Afraid to die, we dead now. Fear is something blooded ones think of, not dead ones.
Blighted ones. Tell me about the herd of dead flesh.
Psst. Make noises like blooded cattle and stink of rotten sweet, stale juice.
Akast licks her lips, sucking brittle between her teeth. She frowns and then raises her arms and starts shambling about.
Go most of the times. Stumble, shamble, and work. Stupid food, stupid. Half-brain meat being.
Tell me about the Silent King.
Unseen king, not silent. He say we do. Marrow stuffed bones and herd of dead flesh. Obey him, no question. A cast, not see, a cast only hear. One day I shall meet this one. Meet this one, yes. A cast strong and silent 1 week. We shall see who master, yes.
Okay, other questions. May I ask if someone in particular? Sowego.
Pale-blooded one, who sleeps in dust and smells like blooded rat. He first I eat.
Smells of blooded rat.
But could eat him anyway. He stink of dust, but ripe blood and meat beneath his pale skin. Good to eat.
It's a blooded rat. Oh, already answered that. What about Hargrim?
Marrow.
Cass licks her cracked lips and gives a feral grin.
Old Marrow. But is Marrow.
A Cass snarls, eyes burn.
Kill him. Kill all the bones, if not for the weak bones and herd of dead flesh.
And I think that's pretty much it for her. Riddling skeleton. The skeleton is shaking his head and giggling to itself. It guffaws and snorts occasionally, biting down on its bony hand to stop itself. It is old enough that no meat is left in it on its bones. Greetings.
Greetings, yes!
Okay, so that's an old word. I'm not gonna say it. Puffs, because Twitch is going to strike me down. Puffs of dust flying forth with each breath. I had some questions. Because even if I say the right word, Twitch would smite me in a second. Twould do thee well to sneak answers from another. For I... Let me redo his voice.
'Twould do thee well to seek answers from another, for I have no interest in hearing thy question. It covers its mouth. It covers its mouth, giggling and snorting. I know, terribly rude, but thou shalt have to forgive me this. Very well, I'll find someone else.
Done.
Okay, this door is locked. I assume this as well. Yeah. Old words, man. Old games, old words. There is no meat left on the bones of this ancient animated corpse. Only a few colored rags, which seems to serve as a decoration and clothing. It is staring at the floor, shaking its head and tapping its chin thoughtfully. Greetings. It makes no response, apparently lost in thought. I said greetings. It looks up and seeing you sighs a small puff of dust. I've much on my mind and would prefer to be left alone. Is there something I could help you with? No. I have a difficult decision to make, is all. What decision is that?
Updated my journal.
I have to continue my life here or to die, to finally pass into the true death I've been told of. True death? A complete absence of passion. The true death is the true life beyond the shadows of existence. It is said that we must reach this place to free ourselves. I see no reason why you should give up your life. I shall take your words into consideration. Now I ask thee to leave me to my thoughts. Farewell.
Done.
This musty-smelling female zombie looks exceptionally old, almost mummified. Her skin has the appearance of moldering green leather. And one of her eyes has fallen out, leaving a dark pit in her face. Her voice is slow and thick. Greetings. How do you think Fenwolf would handle displaying? It depends. Depends if they're vaccinated. She indicates herself and speaks again. Stole Mary. It sounds as if her vocal cords are festering away in some soupy mess at the base of her throat. Stale Mary, I had some questions. Have you seen a bronze sphere anywhere? No, sorry. You're translating! Mary, I need to speak with the Silent King. Can you help me?
What?
I need to leave this place.
Nah.
How is it that you speak to these other zombies? I cannot understand them as I understand you. The corpse takes a step towards you, reaching her arm out to touch you. Let her touch you. Her nearly fleshless hands brushes gently against your forearm and she speaks.
Listen.
How did you do that?
Speak thou as you can, but must properly.
It's not easy to voice her. Can you teach me?
Yeah.
Please do
Updated
then.
my journal.
She finishes teaching you the skills required to speak with the dead with a process she calls Stories Won't Tell. Can I talk to any dead body?
Some others that my
Ska. Some others too dead must use skill. Her answers are very simple, though.
Updated my journal. I'm gone.
Its rotting female corpse at first seems completely unaware of you. As you approach it, however, it turns and nods slowly as if greeting you. Wow, Chief, what a beauty, eh? Not everywhere you can meet such a sweet little chit like that, you know. I find little attractive about rotting corpses. Mort, female or no. Mort's eyes rolls in his skull. Ha! One day you'll see what I mean. Ignore him, greet the zombie. The zombie moans softly in reply. Only your skills in conversing with the dead allow you to understand it. Greetings. Although there's just
I'm
one
gone.
generic zombie here.
All right.
If I go back here... Okay, I'm still basically just repeating
All right.
things with her. Puzzled skeleton, that's a new one. Greetings. Skeleton is muttering to itself, occasionally pausing to scratch its skull. It is old enough that no meat is left on its bones, only a few colored rags. It nods a greeting in return, but does not reply to you. I had some questions. A skeleton looks up at you and grunts in frustration. Not now, forgive me, but I've the most horrid riddle on my mind, and I can't puzzle it out. What's the riddle? Oh? Going to give it a try, art thou? Yes, go ahead. Very well. This is from a chortling buffoon of a bone hag thou may well find nearby. It refuses to give me the answer, and it's killing me. Go on then. It nods. Think of the words which end in "gry." Angry and hungry are two of them. But there are three words in the common tongue. What is the third word? The word is something that everyone uses every day. If thou hast listened carefully, I have already told what it is. Of course you have. It's tongue. It seems incredulous. This, what? But the first two sentences are unrelated, only there to trick you. Remember, there are three words in the common tongue. The third word is tongue. Oh, a devious trick! Why, I have no tongue either. It stops and laughs, dust billowing from its creaking jaws. That's good, all right, I thank thee.
All right.
We have solved a riddle for a skeleton. Hi.
I'm gone.
Repeating dialogue. And why can't I convince Suego to get the hell out? I met a skeleton in one of the hallways here. That seems on the brink of seeking the true death. Oh, I will go speak with him now. Well, have you ever spoken to him before? Clearly you're a new person. Yeah, he spoke to us first. He's the first guy we got to speak with. Certain that Suego is not coming around, you open the small panel and peer inside. There's some sort of book or journal there. Pull it out and read. This book proves to be Suego's journal. It details his being attacked by a were-rat, his eventual regression into lycanthropy, and his flight from the mortuary after unwittingly slaying and devouring a friend. Looking for a hiding place, he came upon the Warren of Thought and agreed to serve many as one, hive mind of the cranium rats gathered there. He's now here in the Dead Nations in order to spy on the undead for many as one, who hopes to one day control this part of the catacombs.
Updated my journal.
My skills have
I'm gone.
increased.
And we got 2 level ups from Mort, first of, and then Dakon. He has -2 AC. Oh yeah, so I've learned that in this
Done.
in D&D 2.0, like
Done.
in 2nd edition, AC goes down instead of going up, and it can go to -10. Did you know Suego's a cranium rat spy? It draws close to you, smelling of dust and moldering cloth. What is thou speak of? What proof did they have thee that Suego runs the brain with the brain vermin? There's proof in his quarters, his journal.
Updated my journal.
We shall see. I shall gather Suego and speak to him of this matter within his chambers. Should this be true, I shall owe thee thanks. Oh! 42 damage! Bro unleashed the answer of the entire universe upon this guy.
Done.
Suego's skull.
I'm gone.
That's a unique item. I might as well pick it up. Okay, you carry it.
All right.
Can't speak to the Silent King. But I need his permission to leave.
I shall carry thy request to the Silent King. Thou art free to go. Thy way shall no longer be
Updated
barred.
my journal. I'm gone.
Okay, so these just point to a place that is currently already on the map, not to a place that... not an indoors place. So we are now free to leave. But are we free to go, let's say, over here? Yes, we are. We find bandages. The Drowned Nations. Oh, what is... I think it crashed again. Yep. Man.
I'm gone.
We missed it earlier, Kitsune. We read an entire religious text that is in the game.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
In the form of this circle.
All right.
Back to the Warren of Thought.
I'm gone.
Wait, we're behind this door now. Fancy, read it again. No, it took a long time, but I got 3 spells for it. Like this Missile of Patience that we don't know what it does yet. Oh, you have a new spell slot. Take another Missile of Patience. And you have a level 3 spell slot. So this is plus crit rate. I think I'll give him Zerthamon's focus.
All right.
Meat creature. Trokopota keeps us from treasure. Yes, the Troko must die. You keep treasure, we get body. Yes.
What is that creature?
It's a Tropokota. Trokopotaka. White horns, nasty. Trokos eat flesh, our enemies. Kill it, yes.
What's with your friend?
Haha, coward he is. Afraid of Troko. Haha, kill it for us, yes.
I'll kill it.
Yes, good. You get treasure on body. We get meat. Go now. Kill!
All right.
Okay, so this is a big creature, so I might as
I
well
hear your words.
use spells against it. We'll find out what Missile of Patience is.
I'm gone.
Yeah? Oh, you alley-bred dog. Good as done.
I will hear you.
Good as done. What? Okay.
Damn.
We got it stuck.
Done.
We had a pipe, a magical pipe. Invokes Cloud Kill.
All right.
I see why it's called Missile of Patience. Smoking kills, yeah. Let's see if we learned anything from casting that spell. Like, does it identify it or anything? Nope.
All right.
Good things come to those who wait.
What's up, Chief? Your face is just begging to be kicked.
Done.
What's the... Okay.
I can just run him around. Oh!
Things true.
I'm gone.
Sledgehammer. And bandages. Not looting a corpse? There is no item. There was no item on the corpse. Like, there was nothing on the ground. This is just a +1 hammer. Put this in your quick slot, if you please. This as well. I suppose you could also have this. And I guess you'll have this enchanted item.
I'm gone. Forced it.
Open.
Magic iron
I'm gone.
knuckles. And these skeletons die by themselves. Oh, well, these ghouls, rather. Ooh. You know what time this is? It's time for Ice Knife. It's gonna hit not all of them, actually.
Your will be done.
All right. Forced it. Forced it. I'm gone.
Enchanted punch daggers. You get my valuables. There's a +1 Spiked knuckles. This is also piercing. This is piercing. So I have a question. You might know the answer, Buliel. Is it better to have a lower speed or a higher speed? Oh, never mind, I can't equip this, even though it's usable by mage. I don't have a proficiency in fists, apparently. Lower should be better. Okay. And there's enchanted punch daggers here. +1, it's just a +1.
Endure.
I'm gone.
In enduring, grow strong.
What's up? You father of trolls.
Oh god.
I'm gone. Done.
Everything appeared at once.
Die. All right.
Speed is only used to determine how early you attack in an initiative here. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll have to take out
I'm gone.
Sting.
Yeah, good as done.
I shall serve. The Quran rings true.
All right.
I guess I should just use power as
In the Man's name.
and I can cast it on
The
the
Man's
too, right?
name.
Yeah. So now everyone has a strength buff. Except I seem to have gotten minimum. Well, no, not really. What does that mean? What does that mean, 80 out of 51? 18 out of 51. What? Old edition strength. Yeah, it's sold as hell.
Huh? Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass. What? Sure, why not?
Howdy, Panda, by the way. I don't know what it actually means. I was hoping you would explain it. I don't know.
What's good is done.
Alright, I'll just run him around because he is being taunted. Needle and thread, that's a healing item.
All right.
What's the word, Chief? You dog's body.
It's saved against a spell.
I'm gone.
What's up?
Except it's not a spell, and you still stayed away,
Even
so I'll
50
do it
swigs of
again.
brandy wouldn't make you look good. Yeah? Okay.
They did the thing where if you rolled 18 on strength, you'd roll on the exceptional strength table on a D100. Oh, okay. And only fighter type characters could get exceptional strength.
Huh? Good as done.
Damn.
So is it like a table that would say, oh, at 51 strength you have the strength of a given example? Okay, Panda came with an explanation. Fighter, Paladin, Ranger types get an extra bonus from exceptional strength. Basically, they have an 18 strength. They also roll an additional D100. Compared to a plain strength of 18, anyone else, they get 1801 to 1850. Plus 1 damage, and from 1851 to 1875, the above, and another minus 1 to hit AC 0. Plus 1 to hit. 18 to 1876 to 1890, the above, and another plus 1. 1891, another plus 1. Basically, it just keeps increasing every tier. And the 18100 being the highest. So basically, each tier is better than the last, but obviously harder to achieve. As a note, half-orcs, which start with 19, this is plus 1 damage versus 18/100, and there is a way in Baldur's Gate 1 to get plus 1 to strength permanently, so most PCs can achieve 19 even if they start with an 18 whatever. From Reddit. Okay.
Done.
So this is basically we want you to have a max of 18 strength, but we want you to benefit from
I'm gone.
having a higher strength than 18 in a different way than having more than 18. Is what I understand from this. Currently doing a Heart of Fury run in Icewind Dale, where I fished for that 18/100 strength. Ah. Oh. Ambush.
Did you see that?
I'm gone.
We found the bronze sphere that Barod was looking for. Oh. They can't keep getting away with this.
Your will be done.
I'm gone.
The clock sings true.
Damn it.
I'm gone.
Damn it.
Kind of folly. It is I. Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
All right.
Do you think you can take Velvet on in a fight? No. Not yet.
The clock sings true.
Decanter? Decanter of endless water. Is an ordinary-looking stoppered flask that somehow could hold an endless supply of water. Might be useful for putting out fires, or some such task.
All right.
Ah, it's just a standard warhammer. So I'll go back up here and see if I can sell things. Oh, wait, no, I'm returning here later anyway. So let's go see the sealed passageway. As you open the gate, a cold wind rushes forth. You begin to shiver as you hear the sound of a voice whispering, although you cannot make out what it says. In a second, it is gone, and all is silent. You realize that you have been here before, and you have a strong feeling that your companions must not follow you in. I'm going in alone. Wait for me. Huh.
Done.
I'm gonna load and empty my inventory. And I guess I'll keep the blood charms for some healing just in case I need it.
Done.
Ow.
Done.
Traps. Answer that. Here. Ow. There's traps everywhere. Ow.
This isn't where I wanted to go.
Charm of Infinite Recall. And a silver. Ow. Tomb Key 1. And a magical pipe.
This isn't where I wanted to go.
Right, I'm back here. Okay, so whenever I touch things, they seem to cast magic at me.
End like this. Oh, feel all stiff. All right.
Okay? Ow.
End like this.
Feels
I'm
like
gone.
I've been through a shred.
End like this.
Okay, hold on.
Feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels.
All right.
Maybe I don't have to
All
die
right.
like 500 times in here.
This isn't where I wanted to go. This isn't where I wanted to go.
Going to the center of these
Like
circles kills me.
All right. Feels like I've been through a shredder. This isn't where I wanted to go.
Tomb key 1. Okay, I didn't pick up the tomb key 1. I feel like I shouldn't be dying too often.
This isn't
Like,
where
I
I
get the
wanted to go.
teleport here, and I pick up things.
This isn't where I
There's
wanted to
still a
go.
teleport back here.
Like this. Feels like I've been through a shredder. What am I doing here?
Ah, now I got moved to a different place. So that's progress. There's Tomb Key 2.
What the hell happened?
So I go die again.
Like this.
And I presume that with the second
Gone.
key in my
Worse
inventory,
than last time. This isn't where I wanted to go.
I get to another place. A third one. With Tomb Key 3. Now can I head over to the center?
What the hell happened?
No. What about now?
Feels like I've been through it. Like this.
No, that's one time too much.
I'm gone.
Remember to avoid the circle. Now I can get to the center. You strain trying to raise the sarcophagus lid, but your efforts are in vain. It appears to be locked firmly in place. It is extremely important to record your journeys so that... Maybe that's not the first one. What little life there is in the world is draining out this hole in my body. The world can burn, the plains can burn, just give me life. I will destroy this life so badly, break it, smash it, and stain it with blood and feces, so he cannot live it either. Let all creation burn, for I cannot die. Examine the panel. A panel is crafted in such a way that it can recess into the wall. Push the panel. You push the panel and it slides easily into the wall. You hear a click from the sarcophagus behind you. But it is still locked, so I imagine that by reading and pushing each of them, the sarcophagus can be opened. This inscription looks like the directions on your back that Mort read to you in your mortuary. I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farod can fill you in on the rest of the chant, but he's not in the dead book already. If he's not in the dead book already. Continue and refresh your memory. Don't lose the journal, or we'll be up at the Styx again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, and then find Farod. Continue. To your surprise here, there is one more line, one that Mort didn't read to you in the mortuary. Don't trust the skull. Ooh. We'll have to talk to Mort about that. Examine the panel. Push. It is extremely important to record your journeys so that you might learn from them. The greater need, however, is that the sources of information you use to uncover this mystery needs to be protected when they are found. If key figures, documents, or oracles are somehow removed, either by death or destruction, then you will never know who or what you are and how you came to be this way. I suspect that we will continue to die and be reborn until we finally get our life right. I do not know what we have to do to bring that about, though, and therein lies the frustration. Is it some sort of karmic cycle? As I gather, some incarnations have committed terrible crimes, but there also have been a number of incarnations where we have labored to do about nothing but good. Are these incarnations intended as punishment? I don't know. And that is the only real truth I can and that is the only real truth I can offer in these carvings. I do not know. At what point does the I get separated from the we? At what point am I freed from the shackles of the actions of these other incarnations? At what point am I allowed to be me without the weight of these past lives? I have lost lifetimes because of my killer. I cannot deceive him, so I must kill him. I tried to throw him off the scent. I left false bodies tailored in such a way to placate him. I roamed the most outer planes, hoping to use it distance as a shield. I built this tomb filled with traps to try and kill the killer. I hid. All I bought was time. The attacks were inevitably begin again with more fury than before. Deceptions are useless. Somehow the killer always knows that I live, and no matter where on the plains I hide, he finds me, eventually. There is nothing that can be done. Memories are gone, perhaps never to return. With every death, I lose a part of me. How can one be immortal and still die? He told me that my mind is weakening with every death. I asked him how this could be, but he could not answer. He was of no use. I butchered him so that other incarnations would ever benefit from his uselessness. So they said, you have been divided. You are one of many men. You bear many names, and each have left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life. Restless one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. I grow weary. Names have a power in identity. Others can use names as weapons. Names are a hook that can be used to track you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. I am the Nameless One. I am indeed the Nameless One. The sarcophagus lid moves with ease. The locking mechanism has been undone. You open the sarcophagus only to discover a single key lying within. There is no body.
Updated my journal.
Tomb key 4. This seems quite important. Oh, that's probably just to leave. So, apparently not.
Like this. I'm
Feels
gone.
like
I've been through a shredder.
What do I do with this? There's nothing here anymore. Did I not press that? Okay, now the door's open. It's not. What am I supposed to do? Ah! Puzzles are too hard. Yeah, I don't have any clue of what to do. Oh, okay. I got to a new place. With a bunch of stuff. Scroll of Acts of Torment. Okay, there's a portal here. This is a +1 battle axe.
I'm gone.
Alright. Mort. We have
Anyone
some
seen
talking
you, Chief?
to do. Ah, come on, Chief. Don't tell me you're forgotten again. Can you read me what's tattooed on my back again? No, I think I want to hear all of it this time. Go ahead and refresh my memory. Bet I'm going to be hearing that a lot. Mort clears his throat. Let's see. I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farron can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. Keep going. I will. Hold on. Mort pauses for a moment. Alright, here's the last bit. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up in the sticks again, and whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or else they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you, read the journal, and then find Farron. Go on, what does it say after that? What are you talking about, Chief? There isn't any more. What about don't trust
Updated
Skull?
my journal.
Oh, that bit at the end? Well, I figured it was Wash. I didn't read that line out loud. Oh, really? And what do you think it means? Do you think it refers to you? I doubt it. I mean, you can't trust me, right, Chief? Are you lying to me, Mort? No, come on. What's your problem, Chief? I haven't steered you wrong yet. Yet. I don't like the fact that you didn't read that line, and I'd like to know what else you've neglected to mention since we've been traveling together. Nothing! I've told you everything. Well, almost everything, but nothing, dangerous. If there's anything else, I suggest you tell me now. Chief, seriously, there's nothing there. I wouldn't hold out on you. Mort, why didn't you tell me about that extra line of tattoos on my back? Oh, howdy, Megan. How goes it? Thank you for the raid. Welcome to an old CRPG with a lot of dialogue. Ah, you were playing the Baldur's Gate 3. So those games are sort of related, but not really, because this is basically a D&D game. Like, this takes place in 2nd edition D&D, while Baldur's Gate 3 takes place in 5th. But yeah, thank you for the raid. How was the Baldur's Gate? Alright, so this is just looping dialogue now, though.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
And we just left our tomb. Because we are a being that reincarnates after dying.
I'm gone.
We are the Nameless One. I finished up Underdark, and next stream I'm committing a genocide against Dark Dwarfs. Ah! I want to say nice, but that would not sound very good. Alright, so since we got the bronze sphere, we can probably go back up, and I can swap my inventory around. Do I keep these tomb keys? I think I will, just in case. In-game, I'm playing a gnome, and they are just slaving my dark gnomekin. So, if that makes it better. Yeah, that's a vengeance at this point. That's alright. Understandable. Tier of Celieridae. Permanent +1 construction, constitution. Only usable by lawful good. Alright, I'll try to move towards lawful good then. And I'll learn the spell. This is another pipe of cloud kill.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Switch this around. But good, all my homies go chaotic neutral. Yeah. Okay, I want to keep this. Put it in your quick slot. I'll probably sell this. This is a quest item. This is an item I will keep forever. I love that line of Dakons. Welcome, Red Gandahar. Red Gandahar.
All right.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna sell some stuff. I don't think I want Dirty Rat Charms. It's just stealth and pickpocket bonus. Maybe it could be useful if I find a thief. Alright, invoke strength. That's a strength spell. I'm not gonna use enchanted battle axe so I can sell it. It doesn't know what that battle axe is because it did not end up in a mage inventory. This is... Oh no, this is just a standard battle axe. Never mind. It's not enchanted. So I can just sell it. I'll keep the Club of Nettles. However, I don't want these enchanted normal weapons. This one I can get rid of as well.
I'm gone.
Can I just bash this open?
Forced it.
Open.
I'm gone.
Okay, nobody's gonna complain at me forcing things open. Very well. I'm gonna keep doing that then.
Open.
Forced it.
Yeah, and find
hear
300
your words.
coins.
Done.
What's up? Sure, why not?
All right, fail.
Opened.
Cool.
Failed.
Opened.
This is just a wooden club. I can
Alright.
leave it there.
Failed.
Failed.
Opened.
That's a magical dagger. Anyway, it's super tired. I'm gonna head out. Good luck with game. Well, thank you for stopping by once again.
Done.
Yeah? Okay.
I forgot to mention it in my title again, but this is my first playthrough of this game. And basically, what I've mostly looked up is what build I should play with. And they recommended a mage for the most dialogue options. Okay, it was not identified. I have to examine it to identify it, I suppose. So yeah, now it's identified, it sells for whatever price it's supposed to sell.
I'm gone.
Okay, so now I can exit back to the Weeping Stone Catacombs.
I'm gone.
I can even close some quests, I think. There's a guy in the wall here. Have you found the flask of which I spoke? I know the eagerness creeps into Goliath's dead voice. You have it? Pour some of its water across my lips, and I shall tell you what I promised to tell you. Here you go. The clear water from the flask trickles across the stone lips, diluting the filthy flow that spews from the holes. As you watch, the ditch's water slowly dissipates entirely, the dirty taint of it replaced by clear, fresh water. Goliath groans in ecstasy. After a moment, he says, "Do you wish your answer now or later?" Give it to me now. seek out the woman called Namel. She resides in the clerk's ward in Upper Sigil. I know not where exactly. Best of luck in your quest, immortal. The voice seems to fade as it speaks to you. Thanks, Live. Farewell.
Updated
I
my
feel
journal.
stronger.
Right.
And we're level 8 mage. So I've reached into intelligence I wanted to have. I have more than enough wisdom. And I have enough charisma. So now I'm pretty much free to put stats wherever I want. Whether it's dex, strength, or con. It probably won't be dex because I'm not gonna go for a thief. But a constitution is more hit point and a faster regeneration. So I have some incentive to go constitution.
I'm gone.
Touch of folly.
Done.
Oh wait, I can speak with the dead now. I had some question for you, corpse. What did you want to know? How did you die? I'm dead? Must be. Led the crypt's queen and ran through the tombs. Loden. He went into a bad place. Me. I kept running. Ran right into the wall, bled for a while, woke to Rastu and me. They ate me to death. Where's Loden? Caught in some horrible trap crypt. We bolted from Greece and the thing that got him. Loden headed for a crypt we knew was bad, but he was so scared that he didn't care. I heard him die. His voice sounds disappointed for a moment. He had all the swag from this run too. And it were a good run. Trap crypt. Aye, spikes, blades, blood, grates in the ground. If Loden's still in one piece, he'll be there. You go looking for him, watch your step. I'm sure. I will, farewell. I think I remember which one that was. Okay, so not all of the corpses have anything worthwhile to talk with. But this was the place where there was a bunch of traps with spikes and whatnot.
Done.
Mayhap, I'll tell you. Mayhap I won't. Ask your question. Who are you? Loden, eh? Me and Bert sometimes grease. Though he were nothing but a bossy piker. And he was with us this last time. He was king of the catacombs. Don't know where Bert is, probably dead. What happened to you? Made a wrong turn when we were running away from where we dumped grease, bolted in here, and before I realized my mistake, got diced up and sliced up in 20 ways to peak. Got my pieces shoved down the grate, and now, not even Dusty's will pay for this lot. He lets out a wet chuckle that smells like swamp gas. What happened to Greece? Yeah, story of its own. Mostly my idea it was. And it came off all right at first. Bert didn't have no clue what I was doing. Did some looking around, found out where a ghoul had made its home, and thought we'd take old Greece down there. Turns out that ghoul had made more ghouls, and they nearly had us. Shoved Greece inside and took off like the lady herself was after us, betting Greece is dead. Probably has some other questions. Okay, I know about the catacombs.
Done.
So let's see if there's not a zombie with a special interaction now that we can speak with the dead. Had one so far, but
All right.
I want to see if there's one that would give a quest or guide us to this place.
You see that?
Oh yeah, whenever I can't understand a single word, it means there's not really much I can do.
Hey, I'm Chad. I need your help.
This sandy-haired collector's corpse is covered in with nasty bites. The man's neck still writhes, as if trying to twist itself off its body. He speaks with an effort. What's wrong with you?
See this neck? It's stretching like taffy and contracting. Damn, Vargoy bit me. I'm dead, and I need to hold my head on if I don't want to be one of these damnable things.
He's speaking with an effort.
You gotta kill the Vargoys down this passage. All of them. Save me from that.
What will he give me for that?
In return, I'll give you directions to a powerful magic item. Deadside tells me you might need it.
What is it?
Find it, and then I tell you. Not before. Fine, I'm gone.
All right.
Did I go in here? Yeah, that's the Dead Nations.
All right.
You notice Chad's neck is better now. It is no longer bulging out as if it wanted to separate from the torso.
Thanks, friend. At least now I know you. I ain't going to be like Vargoyle for eternity. You want your reward now?
Tell me.
Alright, here's what it is. There's a reason the drowned nations are called that. There's a magic bottle that never stops its flow. A decanter. Hidden in the drowned nations catacombs. You get that, and you got all the fresh water you'll ever need.
Well, I already have the decanter of endless water, but thanks for
I'm
the
gone.
experience. I think this is worth re-exploring. Were there corpses in here?
I'm gone.
I feel like there might not have been.
I'm gone. All right. All right. I'm gone.
Huh? What? You see that? What's up, Chief?
I'm gone. Done.
Yeah, these are respawnable enemies.
that?
All right.
I don't think there's corpses in here. Well, interactable corpses. So we'll get out.
All right.
Shattered crypt, maybe?
I'm gone.
There was an ambush we didn't do here. Well, we did, but we reloaded.
What's the word, Chief?
I will. Your path is mine.
Did you see that? See that?
Okay, they're not spawning anymore.
Done.
So we cleared a huge ambush. Almost.
The clock rings true.
I'm gone. All right.
There's a corpse here. And this is a not understandable corpse.
All right.
And then there is this corpse. This is the corpse of a man who died with a surprised look on his big-nosed face. It's hard to tell how he died. Oh, that's the description we read earlier.
Yeah, no. No beast. No, no, beast. Must run. Why do I feel so numb? Why am I drunk? Can't I feel me hands? And me legs? What last thing I remember is being pushed in here. The boy is being slashed by some big pikin then.
Who are you?
Eh? Who in nine hells are you? Show yourself.
Aw, by the carry arse of Pan himself, I'm dead, ain't I? I'm afraid so. Can you answer me some questions? Always knew it'd come down to this. Tell me, Cutter. Am I still in the catacombs? Yes. The corpse voice is bitter. Figures, eh? It does. Leave them a good term and they'll do nothing for you. Right, I wanted to ask him questions. The corpse lets out a loose, gusty sigh. What did you want to know, Burke? What happened to you, anyway? We and me boys had popped the script, and it was harder than picking a chastity belt, I'm telling you. After tearing and prying at the door for a little past eternity, got in here, and we were looking at opening the main crypt when blood started shouting, and this thing slashes me and dumps me into the script. I'm fighting it, and I hear them start running. Me bloods, what happened to them, eh? Where they be? Bert, Loden. Did they make it, or are they a dead book? They're dead. Aye, good. Hate to think they got away clean with me left down here for dead.
All right.
Okay, so basically it was just lore, extra lore from being able to speak with the dead.
All right.
But there was special interactions, and that's what matters.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
And we're back here. And we'll go see Farod, and I think that will be the last thing I do today, because I am past the end of
Done.
time. Ah, corpse! Farad turns as you approach, his crutch clacking on the cobbles of the court. He licks his lips and smiles expectantly.
Have you brought me what I asked for?
The bronze sphere? Here it is. Farad's eyes gleam as you hand him the bronze sphere. He touches it, gingerly, almost reverently.
You. Ah, corpse. Such a gamble you were, and paid it off handsomely you have.
Farad studies his reflection in the sphere and
The years have been cruel to me, I see.
I did what you asked, Farad. Now I want some answers. Farad doesn't even look at you as you speak. His attention is swallowed by the sphere he holds.
Yes, ask your questions.
Farad turns the sphere in his hand. Very important. Your questions. What do you know about me? Why was I told to seek you out? Farad studies you with a critical eye. Stay your weapons for what I'm about to say, corpse, for it could be your ears that'll take offense. Farad smiles wickedly. My ears no longer care, but yours are still fresh for the burning, it seems. You have my word that I'll stay my hand, Farad, but I need to know what you know.
The truth.
Farad's tone softens as if cajoling.
The truth was stretched a bit from my mind to my tongue when we first spoke, corpse. In all terrible honesty, I know little about you.
He raises a withered finger.
Yet hear me out.
Yes?
You're a cutter who plays at being dead, as I see.
Farad squints at you.
Some time ago you came to me like you are now, but not just strolled in to Ilwyn Court and said you wanted an audience with me.
An audience with you?
Aye, an audience.
Farad chuckles like whispering sand.
Like I was royalty.
He seems amused, but there's an edge in his voice.
You knew the right thing to say.
You did. Oh yes, you spoke the chant like a governor. Born and true, and I listened. What did I want from you? Farad gives a mock bow. A mock bow. His crutch creaking as he leans against it.
Oh, Farad, great collector king, he says. I have come before you to request a boon. A boon, I says. What could I offer a man of such obvious strength?
Go on.
Farad wags his crooked finger. And you asked for a strange thing, he says. Lord Farad, I asked for courtesy. Your collectors roam throughout the hive. If they should find my body, I want it kept safe. That is all I ask.
Farad shrugs.
A simple boon.
I see. And is that all you know? Before you can speak, you suddenly feel a prickling in your skull as Farad speaks the word boon, and the smell of blood and fear rushes through your nostril. Farad is hiding something that happened in the past involving you, and it scares him. The boon he granted you was no simple matter. So you granted me my boon, just like that. There's nothing to be gained in it, from it, for you. Why did you even agree to do it? Farad falls silent for a moment.
A dead man can keep no promises, and promises to a dead man are easy enough to make, corpse.
You're a merchant, Farad, not a Samaritan. There must have been another reason.
Aye.
Farad's face suddenly peels back in fury, his skin flushing red. After you'd strung up a score
of my blood on the hive walls to die, I had enough reasons to promise you the plains themselves. Then your butchering self comes to my home, my kip to demand a boon of me.
Farad tries to call him himself, though his face is still flushed.
I agreed.
I'm sorry about your people, Farad. That wasn't me, but if I can make up for the loss to you, I will. Farad.
No matter. Them bodies served me well enough. The dusty spays pay the same fresh debtors as for old.
Was that the only reason you agreed to my request? You knew something about me. Things only I knew. You knew I was greedy for something beneath sigil, and you put a name and picture to it. The bronze steer, you said. I didn't think you would fetch it for me, he chuckles. Yet did you? Aye. The planes turn in strange ways, and that's all you know? All I know? Nay, but it's all I know about you, corpse. Fine, next question. What did you take off my body after I died? I. Farrod licks his lips. Why I took nothing, corpse. His face splits into a grin. Then I wasn't the one that found your body. Who did? Farrod's smile widens, pulling the pasty folds of flesh back from his face like a curtain. My daughter, the rose of my eye. The sweetest of my family, and the sharpest wit of them all. He licks his dry lips and sighs in mock sadness. Such a cruel tongue on her. Your daughter.
Updated
who?
my journal.
My darling girl Anna. She found you, dead as deader can be, in a place where most collectors wouldn't go for a mountain of coppers. Could be she plucked something off you, couldn't be not. He leans in, shaking his head. You'll have to ask her, for it's not her that played to say. Don't lie to me, Farrod. You're a merchant, and you always take a cut from your worker. What did Anna give you from my body? Ah, yes, my tribute. Farrod folds his withered hands over his crutch almost protectively. There's no telling what was from you or not, corpse. Most like there was nothing. Farrod, my patience is at an end. If you don't hand over what was stolen from me, I will see to it the dustmen know where to find you. Farrod is silent for a moment. He taps his fingers against his crutch slowly. Well? Where has the decency of man gone? Farrod grumbles, shaking his head. A courtesy I'm doing for you, corpse. Such a courtesy. Farrod, parting with anything. It'd be dead book if for me if anyone heard. Wait here. Move not a yard, I shall return.
Updated my journal.
After a long while, Farrod returns, his crutch clacking against the flagstones. In his hand, he holds a number of items, which he passes off to you. You will be silent and accept the blessing that I even remember. A few hundred coppers, a scrap of paper bandages, and a ring. Very well now. Who was it that found me again? Okay, this is looping dialogue. Where's Anna? Farrod shrugs. She's hiding in the shadows here. I expect listening to us trade the chant. I called for her after you went below. Had to ask her if you were really in the dead book when she found you or not. He chuckles wryly, and then takes a deep breath and calls out to the darkness. Anna, stop mithering in those shadows and come greet our guest. She's here. Oh, hi.
Oh, what now?
You turn to see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. You didn't even hear her enter the chamber. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature. A horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. You're Anna? I met you in the hive, outside the mortuary, correct? The girl ignores you and turns to Farrod. What's this about, then? I'm not playing the leash pull with this hard dog, so I'm not. Get one of your gullies to do it. Anna, rose of my eye, have you not taught you to respect the dead? A thin smile worms across Farrod's face, and he makes a slight bow towards you. This resourceful corpse needs to know where you found him. What are you on about? He squints at you. Not a deader. Ah, yes, my mistake, Farrod nods, then his voice drops dangerously. Yet, my darling Anna, that makes it your mistake, for this one only had one foot in the dead book when you brought him to me. He taps his crutch against the flagstones with a light tap. He woke up, sought me out. Most embarrassing. Though, Anna glances at you and then shrugs. You shouldn't be playing the desert on the hive while I'm about. I'm not able to make her accent. Oh, he'll wake up in a Dusty's arm. He will. Maybe you could have checked to see if I was alive before dumping me off here. Oh, aye. And maybe you should have been more careful, and maybe you wouldn't have been lying face down in stone still in the alley cobbles like a dead, or aye? Enough of this. Where did you find my body? Show him where you found his body, Anna. Farrod taps his crutch again for emphasis. Take him to the haunted alley. Farrod studies Anna for a moment and then grins and turns to you. If you happen to lose my darling Anna on the way to the alley corpse, you come back and see Farrod. I'll guide you.
Updated my journal.
Anna sneers at Farrod and then throws a glance at you. Come on, then. And keep your steps quick, Jig. I've little time to waste on the likes of you. Actually, I'm not done exploring the buried village yet. Let's head to the site where I died after I'm done here. Oh, aye? Well, then you can step out your own grave, Agent. I'm not, wait. Anna? Farrod's voice is quiet, but cuts through the girl's speech like a knife. Be his minder. See that he comes to no harm while in the village. Then guide him where he wishes to go. Anna spits on the ground. Pox on you both. That's what I was thinking. Now let's go. Hey, we have another party member. Alright, you probably get really annoyed when you get clicked often.
Aye? Ready. I'm here. Aye, what? What you be wanting now? Aye? Ready. Get your eyes off my arse. You like my wee tail? I'll wag it at you. Cut it out, I'm not deaf. Well, I'm not that sort of girl. Aye?
Okay. She gets less annoyed than I thought. She has a punch dagger. Well, I have a bunch of punch dagger. Well, I have one punch dagger for you. That you can use. You get more luck in armor class. And you have armor already. Is there anything else? Right, ooh, here's knife.
Done.
By the way, Saku, did you name yourself or Nameless One? Or is that given? That's
right.
given. You are the Nameless One in this game. Find me knife, perchance. Yes, I have it here. Pierre takes the knife and holds it lovingly. You're back, me lucky knife. Thanks, Gutter. And you. He lectures the knife, shaking it. Don't you go running off again. He slides the blade into his sheath with a smile.
Updated my journal. All right.
So, alright, I forgot to check. You are a fighter thief. Wait, you're a thief. So... Okay, I don't have the other thing anymore. Wait, no, I have the Dirty Rat Charm. You can have it. +3 to save versus poison. I suppose you can have it. So now we have a thief in our party. Wait, that's an item for thieves. Can't use item. But she's a thief.
What's up?
Done.
Okay, we'll save here and continue next time. And I'll try to find... I have to find Nod. And there's also another quest. Yeah, thank you for joining me this stream. But yeah, the Circle of Zerthamon was pretty interesting. Here's hoping the auto-detect doesn't ban you for showing a word within a word. I hope so. I feel like I would have been banned already. Although, I might do... This isn't a VOD yet. Actually, it is already a VOD. But I might do an edit once I put it to YouTube. Even if the word's not the word, yeah. Sailing has a semi-AFK method. Yeah, I've been doing it. It's the salvage. Got to level 49 with it so far. And right, I have a decanter of endless water. I'll have to go see the guy that's on fire in the tavern. I think... Yeah, I remember thinking about the decanter of endless water there. Alright, I'll go look for someone to raid. Ah, someone who was here earlier. They're playing old school RuneScape, they're not doing sailing. Perfect. Here are raid messages if you want to use them. Everyone can use the first one and subscribers can use the second. They're doing Chambers of Zarek. Well, yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by. I shall be back on Sunday, where I'll be playing a different game than Remnant 2, because we finished the game last stream. So I shall have you all discover, although it's... I think I've already alluded to it, to what the game would be. But yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of the day and a good night if you're going to sleep. And I hope I can see you all next time. Bye bye.